The Selectmen to order. Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm going to take the liberty of inviting Dr. Hammond up to start us off tonight. We've got several issues regarding the building project. Dr. Hammond?
Thank you.
For John's
So
signature.
you want me to
Your
move there,
signature.
or where do you want me to be?
Can we hear him there, or do you need him to move up to the mic?
Yeah, we should probably move this mic over there.
Don't look at the guy
Right, you want me
behind
to go right here? I'll sit in the hot seat here, as they say. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, I really appreciate you doing me up front. We have received from the School Building Authority documents that have to be signed off by the appropriate parties. As you recall, I think at your last meeting, we requested that the process will be all contracts and anything with MSBA goes to the building committee. The building committee then would vote approval. If it's with MSBA, which only recognizes the region, then it goes to the school committee to be voted and signed by the superintendent. If it's anything on contracts to do with the OPM or the architects or with the construction, the companies, it'll be, building committee says, yes, we agree, come to you people, the selectmen, you vote yes and authorize your chairman to sign off. I need those documents, that approval, and your, Holly has both those documents, the first one that you already voted, and then that we have, and I have to put that together with our legal counsel then, who certifies that all the boards have given authority, who can bind the town and who can bind the region, okay? So if you understand the issues that MSB only recognizes the region, so what's gonna happen is any reimbursement money comes to the region, automatic pass through to the town, to that one. But again, this ties the building committee with the school committee and the building committee with the board of selectmen, because it is a Templeton building and paying for it. So I think the other one that we need to have is, Holly, would you mind if she could read off what that, the statement that we need, or if you have it there in front of you? I don't know who has it, right there. You have it there, Doug?
Sorry?
You had that statement there you need to have read off?
Yes.
Authorizing there's two documents that you need to have the chairman sign. One is the total project cost, which is a number that we've been having all along. And then the second one is the reimbursement rate, which is 63.11. So you need to certify authorizing the chairman to sign off on both of those documents. I don't know which one you had, there's two different ones there.
Yeah, so I've got the one that's just saying that, that the chairman of that we approve the chairman of the board to sign MSBA project scope and budget reimbursement rate certification.
Okay?
Okay. So we have the, this one here. All right, so we have
The total budget,
the
which,
total budget.
right, which is the 47,563,184, which has also been signed by the building committee, myself as superintendent, and the school committee. We need your signature on that. That's the exact same number that has been always set for the school that was approved by town. So we just need a vote that the motion and a second and a pass that.
If you'd like to, that's fine.
I make a motion that the chair of the Templeton Board of Selectmen sign the total project budget agreement for the Templeton Center Elementary School. Want me to do them both at the same time?
Yeah,
And further, that the chair of the Templeton Board of Selectmen sign the MSBA project scope and budget reimbursement rate certification.
Thank you, those would need to be done.
are those the ones that we,
Yes,
okay.
Give it
All
back
right.
to Holly.
so if you make the motion second, you can pass it.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Any
Second.
further discussion?
Yep.
Hearing none. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes,
Julie?
Yes.
I'll vote yes, that's unanimous. Now,
Um,
Dr. Hammond, what do
And
we
there's
got
another-
here?
There's one other, what?
He's here.
Yes, I'll mention this in a minute.
Okay.
There's another document there, Holly, there's a second one that stated that you authorized the process that we're gonna do it. You have both of those there?
Yes, this is from,
I thought they were
The
both
last
same.
meeting?
one is from the last meeting,
yeah.
and then one is,
Yeah. That's all, I need both of those.
Mhm.
You need to sign that so I can have those. We'll put a complete package together, we'll keep a package. I had to send the original signatures to MSBA. Well, everything that we've done, we're doing this, we'll keep a pack at our central office, and you'll have a package as well. Anything we do, you're gonna get the same things, okay? The other thing before you is that has been approved by the building committee is the contracts for SMMA and Colliers, which need to be approved by you. These are extensions of, they're going into the next phase of doing the building projects. And that amount is, the total amount for the amendment is $1,154,100 for Colliers. Is the, and the cost, and the amount for the architect is $3,467,694. All of those were in the numbers that we saw, and it comes up with the 47 million total. So we just need your approval to authorize the chairman, which we've already given, is to sign off on these contracts.
Okay, I'm looking
Building
at,
committee has approved these.
I'm
by the
looking
way.
at the SMMA contract here. It says amendment number 6,
Mhm.
design development through construction, so once we sign this, we are good with them?
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so that there'll be no further money going to the architect after we sign this, sign off on that.
that's all they're going to get, and if there's anything else, it's gotta come back to you as an amendment.
Okay,
And that was in the original budget for the whole process, for their costs.
okay.
And these have all been approved by, the amounts have been approved by MSBA.
All right. So do we have a motion to approve the contract with SMMA?
I make a motion to approve the contract with SMMA in the amount of $3,467,694.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
I'll vote yes, that's unanimous. Now, we have the
Collier.
Colliers, which
Colliers,
is
who's the owner's project manager.
Mhm.
Yeah.
1,154,100.
Okay, and according to this document, we're going to be seeing design completion by September 29th of this year, bidding completion by December 20th of this year, construction complete in August of 2018, then the final closeout by December 31st, 2018. And again, it's in the amount of $1,154,100. Anyone have any questions for Dr. Hammond on this document? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve the contract for Colliers International in the amount of $1,154,100.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Diane?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
And I will vote yes, that is unanimous.
John, I need your signatures. I don't know, we can take a few minutes and do that, or how you want to do it.
On these?
Yeah,
We can talk
All right,
about that after.
Are we done?
yeah, I'm all set with
Okay.
you. I just would like to, just two other things just to mention to you. Dr. Chris Casavan signed his contract today, so he will be coming on board with us. He'll be July 1. I'll be on June 30th, I walk out, July 1 he walks in. We are now starting a transition process. I'll be meeting actually with him. He's going to come to our principals meeting on Tuesday, and afterwards, he and I'll start planning out for the rest of the year on having come to events and doing things and working with us. So we've got positions to fill, which he's going to have to work with me on improving, and because they'll be working for him. So I'm very happy, and I think he's happy, so that one. The other one is Bill Claybaugh is leaving us, and John and Bob attended a little goodbye party for him today, and we are in the process of looking for a new director of buildings and grounds. And I think, John, you're on that committee with us.
I am?
Which one are you on? No, principal,
I'm
I'm
on
sorry.
the
You're on the
principal.
principal search. John's on principal, so we have search committees for both. I can't
Oh,
remember,
if
you've
I
been on
got-
the superintendent's, can't
I
remember.
didn't know if I got appointed
Yeah,
to
you
something
never know,
and I
John.
wasn't paying attention.
But we are looking forward to the process and filling positions and starting with the new superintendent, so. My worst fear was that they wouldn't find one, they'd want me back for another year, and so I'm happy too. So I think it's all gonna come out very nicely, so thank you very
I
much.
don't know, Dr. Hammond, would Carolyn let you come back for another
No,
year?
she wouldn't. Oh, gee, my wife, no. She's made me promise to take July, August, September, and October completely off. So if I want to stay married, I better do it, so. We're going on a trip, so we're looking forward to it, so. I thank you very much. We'll be sending stuff down and to you, so you'll get it in any time. Things of nature will come down. Just make sure you know what any questions you on it, so things are moving right along. So we're very happy with that.
Well, that's good to hear.
Except me. Okay, I'm awake now. Thank you, Dr. Hammond.
Anything
Okay,
else for
thank you.
Dr. Hammond?
Thank
If
you.
not,
Thank you. I'm just gonna collect some stuff from Molly. Go another?
Bob, you wanna-
Okay.
How many of these do I have to sign?
4 of them. I gotta
Okay.
say, everything they want duplicates, and I keep a set for myself,
All right.
original for us, and just make sure we have plenty of copies.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, first item, as most of you were able to see earlier, the new equipment that will enable us in a matter of a short time to broadcast directly from this room has been installed over here. And I met with Steve Castle today to see what the timetable will be, and he has some work with the software, and shortly we will be going live. And other boards that meet in this room will be able to go live on the cable system. So that's a step forward. We are scheduling a session with the Selectmen on February the 8th at your next meeting to talk about the contract with Comcast. I am meeting on Friday, the 5th of February with Steve and Attorney Solomon and the representative from Comcast to, we hope, finish up details on that contract. And we'll bring to you what we have, whether it's a go or not. But as you know, this is an important contract. What's important is what percent the town will receive from general revenues of Comcast. And also we have the issues of the connection, the fiber connection between this town hall and the school, so that we can broadcast here or we can broadcast over there and have that connection, that important connection here. And a couple of other items related to capital, the capital needs that we will continue to have. So I think we're coming to the end on this cable contract. And as Steve has mentioned a couple of times, given the way the technology is changing, this could be our last contract with Comcast, since so many alternate ways now are coming out to get programming through the internet, and the cable system may be going the way of the slide rule at some point soon. So, next item having to do with the fiscal 17 operating budget. As you know, you've had a draft of it since December the 10th. As we learn what the costs will be for certain big-ticket fixed costs, they'll go into the budget, and I think we should be ready for the Board of Selectmen to decide which new initiatives, if any, will be funded at your meeting on February 22nd. We got the Worcester County retirement number last week. At the Mass Municipal Association meeting over the weekend, I was told at the Maya booth that it'll be a couple weeks and we'll get the number on health insurance. Obviously, we await the school department's budget and their assessment, as well as Monty Tech. And the last big item would be general insurance, as soon as we're able to get that number. And I expect that number may be the first one to come in. So once we get those important figures for next year, we'll know what money we have available, and it'll be your turn to make decisions on what items in the budget you want to change, what new initiatives you want to fund. So I think we can do that on the 22nd of February.
That's good.
The Worcester County retirement assessment has gone up considerably. Reason for that is that they have been required to follow the GASB 45 rules and have an actuarial study done involving every member who is associated with the county retirement system. And what they found is that they are underfunded versus their obligation for the retirees. And so all the cities and towns in Worcester County are going to get hit a little harder this year on the assessment side. Not good news. However, we do have good news. Some of you attended the Mass Municipal Association annual meeting over the weekend, and Governor Baker spoke, and he announced that the Commonwealth expects a 4.3% increase in revenues in fiscal 17, and that cities and towns would share that at the same rate, that we would get a 4.3. I thought he said 4.2. But the
3.
Hmm?
I heard 3.
You did. Well, maybe I didn't hear it correctly. I've been conservative and put 4.2 into the budget today, but maybe I'll jack it up a tenth of a point. We're going to get a 4.3% increase in state aid next year in the unrestricted general government category. Okay. We don't know what will happen with the other side of the cherry sheet where they assess us. I don't expect that that's going to be a significant increase. Chapter 70 may be a bone of contention with the legislature because he has said that he's going to go up on Chapter 70 1.6%. I'm sure school systems across the state will not be thrilled with that. But it looks fairly good for us next year, and offsetting that big number for Worcester County retirement, we've got an increase that I didn't plan. I planned about a 2% increase in the first draft of the budget, so I've moved it up today. It's about $53,000 more than we anticipated. So that's good news for fiscal 17. Any questions on that? Also, $200 million in Chapter 90 funds. So our proportionate share should be in the range of $350,000, maybe more. Maybe a
About the
little more.
same, isn't it?
Yeah, about the same,
Yeah.
yes.
Can I ask you a question? On the Chapter 90, Bud was looking into the streets that hadn't been accepted here, and he
Yeah.
felt that that would help us with more. Do you know where he stands on that? I had
No.
asked him that a while ago.
No. If we wanted to make a decision to make the private ways public ways, there would be a major cost to that.
No, not that piece. There were roads that were supposed to be public, like through projects,
Yeah,
and that
right.
were never, it just
Never
fell
accepted.
through the cracks.
No, never accepted, yeah.
So not the private ways. I received
Oh.
a letter from Senator Goby about that, and I don't think we can go too much further with that, but I'm gonna still do some checking.
Right.
But this was more for, something like, for example, off the top of my head, like Cook Pond, we hadn't done that. There were a few other projects that he looked into.
Mhm.
And he said that we would be able to, there'd be more piece of the pie for us.
Yes.
So I just
To the
wondered
extent
where
that we
he
have more
was-
public ways,
Right,
our allocation of Chapter
Right.
90 would be increased, because we have more roads.
yeah, I just wanted to know where he was with that.
I'll find out. Well, I haven't talked about that with him. One of the things that I know some communities have done with private ways, to avoid the whole public way cost, because a lot of these streets do not meet the width specifications, let alone the other specifications. And so, one of the things they would do would be to make an agreement with the residents of a private way, whereby there would be some kind of cost sharing, and that the town would then lay down a strip of blacktop. It would not be built to public way specifications, but at least it would be a surface. That would last for 7 to 10 years. And, that's in between, but, we may want to consider that, because it's certainly better than having a dirt street that washes out with the rains. So,
Yeah, I hadn't taken that any farther yet. I
Well,
have enough projects on my plate, but
It's a major problem
It is a
across the
problem.
Commonwealth. After World War II, most communities did not have good zoning. Developers came in, they just put up the houses and walked away, didn't do any of the utilities, didn't put in sidewalks, didn't put in curbing, didn't put in a public way.
I think some of it I was gonna come to my local board, my real estate board, and ask, how is it possible that, it's not fair to them?
No, it's not.
So, and not all of them own to the middle of the road, as I've been doing some research, so. But thank you.
Okay. John Brooks came in today to talk about the scholarship fund. He gave me what he thinks are the standards that the committee should follow. They don't have any written standards at this point. Apparently, his predecessor, when she retired when she left the board some 10 years ago, handed a folder to the town coordinator at that point and said, these are the standards that we use. We're going to look around for it. Did you have any luck? Any luck on,
I
no.
looked through the file.
So,
No,
Holly looked through the files and hasn't been able to find that folder. But there are some questions that we have that
I
need to
don't
be
know.
answered in a policy of the selectmen. He also informed me,
Can we have a copy of?
yes, yeah, I'll give you a copy
Okay.
tonight. We also informed me that apparently there was a $5,000 special appropriation at a special town meeting in 2010 that wasn't expended and apparently went to the general fund. And we've asked the clerk to try and find out what she can about that. And if in fact that's the case, they're going to come back and say, pay up. So, since that is an unanticipated,
Well, that would have to, it went back to the general fund, so that
yes,
that would take a town meeting vote to,
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, what I suggested was if we can verify that, since that was an unanticipated expense, maybe they could ask the advisory committee for a transfer from the reserve. We have not tapped the reserve this year, and you never know, but right now, I don't see anything pending. I don't see any needs to go to the advisory board, so they're gonna have the full amount that they have, $50,000, available, and certainly this is an unanticipated expense during the budget process. And maybe they can go and make the case there that they should get $5,000. Otherwise, we have to wait until town meeting, so. An important conference is going to take place on January 27th, this Wednesday, The accounting firm, the Abrahams Group, been doing the work on our financial records. And Matthew Hunt of the auditing firm, did you meet him this weekend?
Yes, I did.
Of Allen Larson, are going to be meeting here with the accountant. And I'll be part of that by telephone. I was in touch with Mary Jane Handy today. She is the successor to Jerry Perry. She's Director of Accounts. I saw her at the meeting and tried to discuss an issue with her, and she said, write me a memo. So I did. And I invited her to call into this meeting, or we would call her so she could listen in to see where we stand at this point in terms of having the records in order and the auditing of fiscal 13 getting underway. She said that she has a conflicting meeting on Wednesday morning, but she assigned Deb Wagner of the Springfield office to be part of that conversation, and she'll be updated on that. So DOR, I sent you that email, I believe. DOR will be kept abreast of developments here. We also, at the suggestion of Mark Abrahams, he suggested that we need a baseline starting number for July 1 of 2013, 2012 actually, fiscal 13. He said, unless we have that number, we really can't do a Schedule A and guarantee that it's accurate. And he suggested to me that I ask the DOR if they would allow 2 more months to complete Schedule A for fiscal 15. As you saw in the email, she's agreed to that because they want absolutely accurate and up-to-date information. In order to do that, we have to go back and back. And I guess the Schedule A that was submitted in 14 was a bit shaky. So to have absolutely accurate information, we need the financial records starting in the beginning of fiscal 13. And once we have those financial statements, then we can fill out the Schedule A for fiscal 15. And usually you have to have it done by this time of year. Even in December, you usually get them done. But so she's going to give us 2 months, and we won't be receiving a harsh letter from the DOR threatening to cut off local aid if we don't submit it. So like the 2 letters that were received in fiscal 14. So that's where we stand.
And I also had a chance to speak with Mary Jane Handy, and she grew up in Gardner and still lives in the area.
Yes.
So she keenly follows what's happening here. So
Yes, she knows what's
she's
going on.
aware of
Yeah.
what's going on.
Lastly, I did talk with a person over at TDC today, kind of following up on a suggestion that a member of the board made, and also our conversation with Attorney DeRensis on Saturday of what he thought were some options and opportunities. And so basically what was said to me is that they consider the reuse committee something that the town should chair, and that they want us to convene it rather than them convening it. So ball's in our court.
Well, it's tough when you try to call a meeting and you try to call them and they don't return your call.
I know. Yeah. Well, I had that experience. So,
But we will do that. We'll call a meeting, and if they don't show, they don't show.
well, I thought that Attorney DeRensis' suggestion that the town might want to file a special act if we get to a situation where we don't have cooperation and that we have some goals or an agenda for that property, that filing a special act through the town meeting might get us a better result, so, than dealing with DCAM, so, we'll see. That is the report, Mr. Chairman.
It's a possibility. All right, you all set?
No,
All set.
no,
All
I
right.
have a quick, can I,
Yes.
I sent an email today, do you want,
You sent an email
because we're doing evaluations.
asking that
Do you have it?